Okay, Karen, I hope this video helps you. So this is the pool that I upgraded from the one I had before, but they're very, very similar. I think yours is 18 foot, mine is 24. We just went for a slightly larger one, but I think this is the best place to start because this is what got caught out when I set that one up first time round. It was just all a bit confusing for me because I've not done it. When you look at the side of the pool, there'll be two holes in it. So these are your inlets and your outlets. You've got A, okay, and there's a hole that'll be on there, and you've got B. Okay, and the B is slightly lower. Short and sweet, this is the input. So the water is going into the pool on the A, so it's going in, and then on the B it's coming out. Okay, now the first thing I mentioned to you on that shopping list is get some of these. These don't come with your pools, and you had some real cheapy ones, and the hoses go directly in, and it sort of sags down and leaks. It's horrible. So I couldn't find these particular ones. I think these are by Intex, but they're like a valve. You got like a little plug here. You can turn around and turn it off and turn it on. And I think I sent you a link with the ones that I'd recommend there, and they've got the internal. If you look inside here, there's the net cover that goes on, really easy to use. And also in here you've got the output. If I put my hand over that, I can feel the water sort of, you can see it's coming out because it's pushing out with the pressure from the pump. Okay, so get some of those first and foremost. They definitely make your life a lot easier, and they just screw on. They're so easy to use. And then this interface here, this is where it starts to get a bit confusing. It's a 38mm. Everything on your pool should be 38mm. There's two sizes, 35mm and 38mm. Just go for 38mm across the board, which I think is about often gets referred to as 1.5 inch. So you see these hoses are 38mm, and they just go into there, and there's a little rubber grommet, and they just snap it. Well, they snap in. You've got to twist it on and then put these Jubilee clips on, and they just tighten up, and they go around and make it nice and secure. So there you go. So A is in, B is out. Right, okay, so then after that, these go off all to your machinery. Okay, so there's two hoses that come back out, and let's work with the one that's going in. Work with the one that's going into the filter. This is coming out of the pool. It's coming down here, so I'll put B. I'll write B on this one. It's coming down this blue one that I've got, just blue because it's blue. There's no reason for it. Now I had to order a 4-meter one because this is what I was saying to you, that I want my pump over there because my patio comes out. So you work out where you want your stuff, and you measure how long you want that first run of cable to go, and that goes into this device here. And this looks like all in one unit, but it's two separate things. It comes as one order, and this is the iFlow 500 that I recommended to you. This is a massively oversized filter. You don't need to go this big, but honestly I think it's an absolute great bit of kit. So obviously it costs a bit more, but it's brilliant. So this is your B that's coming out of the pool. When it's going in, it's going into your, you can't see that there, but that's actually water all in there. This is going into your pump. This is the thing that spins all the water around, so it sucks the water out of the pool and it pushes it into the filter. This is the sand filter, so that's going into there. This all comes with the iFlow, this fitting here, and you have to use some tape. You can see I've got some tape there that seals it all up. Obviously, again, 38mm Juliet clip to hold it all together, and that all goes into your pump. So that there is attached to that, but it's two separate items. It all comes as one thing. That goes into your pump, and then this thing here, you don't need to worry about this because this comes with the iFlow, but this basically pushes the water up through this, and it goes into your filter. Every filter you buy, every sand filter you buy has got this same sort of mechanism on top, so all the same, and there's different modes on here. You don't need to worry about that just at the moment because you'll read that in the manual, but it'll go into there, and then it pushes the water down through the sand. You need to buy a couple of bags of sand, not just standard sand, it's dedicated filter sand. It goes up and it goes all the way around the filter to clean out all the water, and obviously the larger the filter you've got, the better, and it pushes it back out of this. Again, another 38mm, so 38mm on there, Juliet clip, 38mm comes down here, and that comes basically out, and it depends where that can, if you want, that can just go straight back to your pool. Okay, so that can go straight back to your pool and you've got clean water. Obviously in the UK some people like to heat their pool, which is where you get to the heat pump. Okay, so that's a heat, or just call it heater because you get confused with pump otherwise. So that comes out of here, goes through here, okay, and that goes into your heater, and each heater will have two interfaces on it, again, in and out. So this is the clean water coming in, goes into your heater, it goes through the heating mechanism. This is a 10 kilowatt heater, This is absolutely massively oversized for my pool. I don't need it this big, but it absolutely thumps the heat out, so it gets warm within a day. If you get a smaller one, it's got to work harder to get that heat up. So this goes through to your in. You can see it says in on that. It's going to go and heat it up. This just screws onto here. You get these with the heater. Obviously, I don't know which model you're going to buy, but this Sunspring one, they do smaller ones. I think they do a 3 kilowatt, a 5, a 7, and a 10, and a 12. So if you go for a 5 kilowatt one, I think it costs about 500 quid. Should be absolutely fine for your size of pool. I've had this since I bought your pool, and it's been brilliant. So that goes in. Obviously, then you need another 38mm hose to come out, and it says there out, and that comes out. It's coming out, and obviously it means out, but actually what that means when it gets to your pool, it's going into your pool on the A. So if I stand back on that, how many hoses have I got? One is the blue. Blue goes in, then I've got the white that comes down and goes into the heater. This heater needs to be left alone. The filters need to be sheltered. This needs to be, you can't cover this up, so it needs to be somewhere exposed and leave it nowhere near anything else. And then your third cable comes out of the heater and it goes in to your pool. So there you go. You need to buy some of these. You need to buy 3 lengths of this 38mm hose, depending on how long you want it to be. You need to buy yourself a heater if you want the pool heated, which I'd recommend. And you need to buy a filter pump, and the filter pump normally comes as one unit, and this is mega expensive. Well, not mega expensive, I'm saying this is the top end one. You can go in much smaller, and I don't know what the much smaller ones work like, but again, it might be worthwhile going for a smaller one. I just wanted to go oversized, and then that pretty much you're done then with that. That's pretty much everything you'll need. I've got this wooden frame that I built around it to hold it up, which helps, but wouldn't worry too much about that. You can do that if you want. The other thing I would say is get one of these. This is actually from I bought this separately for the pool. You can see it's too small because I used it on your pool. I didn't give it to you because they're quite expensive, but it's called a solar heater, and I can't tell you how much that just keeps a little bit of the extra heat into the pool. It's just very primitive, but again, it just when the sun's out, that will warm the top layer of the pool up and stops the rest of the debris on it. So definitely consider one of those. Again, not cheap. There's not really much else to say really in terms of what you need to buy. If you got any questions, let me know. The one thing I couldn't figure out where to get these from exactly, and I can't remember where I got them from, but I think the ones I sent you look almost identical, and they come with this fitting on this side and they come with a fitting on that side, so it just all clips in. But I definitely get some of those. It makes your life a lot easier. Any other questions, Karen, just give me a shout, and I hope that helps.